episode of the 3 Count Out podcast. This is episode number 96, 97. I don't know. I might have my numbers wrong, but we are getting extremely close to episode 100. So I better go back and count after this and make sure that we're still on track. Make sure that you like, subscribe, hit all the buttons, do all the things, because you want to be around for episode 100 when that happens. My name is Era, and joining me this week, my big, beautiful bastard from Detroit, we got Mike. Jackal is unfortunately not with us this week. I think he is currently face down in a ditch on the side of the Detroit highway.
Yeah, I sent him, he said he was going to go try and be a writer for the WWE, and I don't know if he knew the correct direction to go.
No, yeah, he got lost, and I haven't heard from him. The last text I got was, Jesus Christ, that bump kind of looks like a deer. So I don't know. But you got the two of us this week. You got a nice little switch up on the duo. Mike, how you doing after the Lions comedy of errors?
Oh boy. Yeah. The Lions this week were I've never seen a team that everybody was like, "Oh, they're going to win," get outplayed so handedly.
Dude,
I didn't think our defensive line could get bullied that badly.
Even the fucking ESPN game predictor thing, up until the very end, it's 99% the Lions got this.
Yeah,
And
they're like, "Don't worry, they're gonna come back. We know it.
Don't worry, they can get, what was it, 3 points that it came down to or whatever."
Yeah. I mean,
Crazy.
That game was one of those ones where I was just like, the whole time I was watching it, I was like, no, there's no way they're gonna turn this around. Like any second now, Hutch is gonna activate. Hutch, we have Rodgers and McNeil in D, so something's gonna change. This is gonna go well, and it just kept on getting worse. And I was just like, well, and it's not, again, I'm not gonna put any of that win on JJ McCarthy because he handed the ball off about 47 times and then had a few good passes because our defensive secondary is still pretty barren, but it's just, and when you're throwing to Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison, it's pretty easy to throw a ball up and somebody catch it.
Yeah.
But
is that just what was happening? They were just fucking lofting them over you guys?
Well, that's like Amik Robertson, who decided to fucking taunt Justin Jefferson, one of the best wide receivers arguably in the game today, decided to taunt him when he broke up a pass, and then I think up the next set of downs, Justin Jefferson caught a ball over his fucking head, and it's like, well, now you look like a fucking idiot. Good job, pal.
Yeah, you
Good
better
work.
back it up.
No,
You better back
keep
it
talking
up.
shit to the best dude in the league. Awesome. That's gonna go well. It was just the offense. I don't know why our play caller decided, hey, we're right now we are behind we have to get 10 yards on second down. Let's throw it behind the line. That'll do something.
Yeah, makes
right?
sense.
Nope, we lost 2 yards. All right, well, if we do it one more time, we'll catch them off guard.
Yeah,
And we'll throw it behind the line, and we'll somehow get a first down. It's like, hey, maybe quit fucking throwing screen passes or check downs. Throw it,
fourth and 12, you love
line.
to see it, right?
Yeah, it's just, it made no fucking sense. That looked like an offensive coordinator that was trying to get fired. Because it didn't make a damn bit of sense. And, Gibbs wasn't getting any room. They switched to Montgomery. That was a good idea. Montgomery was at least pushing through, getting things done. And then it was just, we'll throw maybe a third of the passes across the line. All the rest of them are going to be behind the line for a loss. So fucking stupid. The whole game was just a mess. It looked like they were paid to lose. That's what because watching Hutch get fucking bullied and just knocked over, I was like, what happened? I watched this dude push people 5 yards behind the line. Now he's getting pancaked. Okay. But I mean, it was one of those games where I was like, you know what, that one's done. Hopefully this gets them back to another level. I don't know what happened during the bye week. They hung out Jey Uso.
Yeah, because I was gonna
Everybody trained the same.
On Twitter, and I didn't get to watch the game live, but on Twitter, people were just saying that it was a comedy of errors, and I was like, oh my god, what is happening to the Lions? Because a couple of years ago, it was this is your run, this is your time, and now it's what the fuck are we doing? We're passing behind the line, losing?
Well, again, I do blame a lot of the offense stuff on number one on the offensive coordinator. Some of those pass plays were stupid fucking calls. Again, why are you constantly trying to throw behind the line when you're down 10 yards? What sense does that make? And then our offensive line couldn't stop the Vikings at all by any means. And then people just kept on getting hurt. So we got to a point where like we're playing like third string guys and you're watching a dude just like blitz and blow right past.
Yeah. Just like, oh, okay, never mind. That's fine. We didn't need to hold him there anyway. That's fine.
No, they didn't seem concerned about that. They were just like, well, you know, it'll be another week, another day.
Better luck next year.
Yeah. Lions lost, and then to the shock of nobody on Thursday, the Dolphins lost. I know that's a big surprise, and they're getting rid of all their pieces. Much to the joy of the Eagles getting another piece for the defense.
Hey, that is a trade that I am actually happy about because Jalen Phillips is going to be great to strengthen up our pass rush because go for it. No, go for it.
Oh no, I was gonna say, and that was the third move they've made in the past week because they also got Phillips. They got Jair Alexander and Michael Carter all in the same week. So I mean, they just decided like, fuck it, we're going out. We're gonna see if we can win another one.
Yeah, and I think the strategy of the Eagles. I mean, granted, I was not this pleased about their draft strategy 6 months ago. But I think definitely what they're doing now is a little bit of like, hey, we have these picks. We don't necessarily care about the picks. We want to take the people when they're good, and we'll give the picks to somebody else. You know, we kind of hoarded everything for ourselves, and now, because like all of these trades that are happening, they have just been for like third round draft picks or like, and it's like, all right, sure, whatever, that's fine. You know, like those are the trades that you like seeing because like you're getting people that like aren't. You're getting people while they're good. You're getting them this season. You know, you're not getting them fucking a year and a half from now and who knows what's happened, you know? So I don't know if we'll get another Super Bowl, but I'll take literally anything. I'll take literally anything because I just want all these headlines of like the Eagles are unhappy, all of this AJ Brown leaving Philly bullshit. Can we just stop all these? It's been like 3 weeks of people being like, AJ Brown's going to leave the Eagles. He's going to go somewhere else. He would have done it 3 fucking weeks ago. This would have been the fucking trade for AJ Brown, guaranteed. Like, this would have been it. So I think at this point, they're just focused on, beefing up what they can, kind of working through stuff internally. And I'm pretty sure AJ Brown has another, or no, he's cleared now. Yeah, so he should be back this weekend. So it's like, can we just kind of get things back on track a little bit? Just maybe win some football again. It'd be great.
I am very interested to see what that Eagles team is going to look like out of the break. I think with people rested, with maybe they're going, hey, I think we know we can actually run Saquon now. I think that's something we're all aware of. So I think with that being back in their actual game plan, because somebody decided to have a thought, and then the way they've just been bolstering that defense, I think they're going to be fucking scary.
Yeah, and I mean, going into the Packers game, it's going to be, bringing in all of these new people, kind of coming off this bye week, bringing Brandon Graham back. So it kind of feels like, okay, maybe this is when it switches around a little bit. We're sitting at 6-2. It's still a playoff game. I don't know if we can. I don't know if we can go all the way, but I feel like the season is still a little bit savable.
Yeah, I think you're at least beating the Packers because they even lost to the Panthers this week. Of all teams, they lost to the Panthers, and I mean, Jordan Love is not. I wouldn't call him an elite quarterback. He's a decent quarterback.
He's an NFL quarterback, better than me.
He is that, and. Typically he doesn't make a lot of mistakes, but when he makes them, boy, are they really fucking bad.
Yeah.
And nothing is more evident of that than him just throwing up a prayer and literally throwing it to the only person that was around it was a Panthers defenseman. He just literally stood there and caught it like, Thank you.
I mean, what was the prayer?
So-
Did he just pray for somebody to catch it, or did he pray for
no, like he was
his
gonna
wide
get sacked,
receiver
so
to
he
catch
just
it?
he just hucked it down there, and literally the only person within 10 yards of this ball was the guy he threw it directly to, which was a Carolina Panther.
You gotta you hate to see it. You hate to see it.
I kind of loved to see it. It made me laugh.
Just folding under pressure, just straight up, just oh fuck,
Oh yeah.
launching it,
And then
fucking rocket for an arm, but it goes the wrong way.
Mm-hmm. And then other games we had the Patriots beating the Falcons in a game that was closer than I thought it was going to be. I thought the Patriots were going to blow them out, and they won 24-23. Chargers won by a touchdown against the Titans. And in the battle of zero defense, the Bears beat the Bengals 47-42, which makes the Bengals the only team in the last 30 years, I think, to have back-to-back losses but while scoring 40 points and for throwing over 300 yards.
While having an insane fucking offense.
In the last 2 games, let me double check just to make sure. Yeah, in the last 2 games, they have scored 80 points.
80 points?
In the last 2 games they played, they've scored 80 points, and they've lost both
That's
games.
as much as some NFL teams get in an entire season.
Yeah. This game had more points combined, so this game had 89 points. So that's more than the Vikings, Lions, Falcons, Patriots, and Chargers, Titans combined.
Did their defense just not show up? What happened? What
happened? The
Bengals
Bengals don't have a defense, and then the Bears have
I thought the Bears had a decent defense, I thought.
Well, yeah, but when you're trying to guard T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, both who are $100 million wide receivers.
Yeah.
All Flacco's
and they're a decent
2.
defense. They're not a yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey, at least it was exciting.
Yeah. Another one that shouldn't have happened that was kind of surprising, but, Aaron Rodgers is on his, ayahuasca kick or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The Steelers beat the Colts by a touchdown, and Daniel Jones, when he started getting hit and they started losing, you could tell he was flabbergasted.
Mm-hmm.
People were like seeing the look on his face going, no, that's Giants, Daniel Jones. Oh no.
Yeah.
So hopefully not. Hopefully it was just, a hiccup, but he threw 50 times, which is fucking excessive, especially when you have somebody like, Jonathan Taylor, who only had 14 carries for 45 yards. It was just, they kind of abandoned their whole game plan. They didn't do well, and they got beat by one of the oldest quarterbacks in the league.
And kind of what I saw coming out of that was that maybe there might be a little bit of like, what more can you do? Because again, he had fucking 50 passes. Like, what more can you want him to do? So I'm wondering.
3 interceptions.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I mean, he's also, he's not that great of a quarterback. All right, cut him some slack.
No,
and I think
luckily...
maybe a little bit of the honeymoon period between Daniel Jones and the Colts is maybe wearing off a little bit. Maybe I think Pat McAfee's done his Danny Dimes jokes enough, and I think it's starting to wear off a bit.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how they do next week, because next week they're facing the Falcons, which they should beat easily. So
you told.
Yeah. And then following that, we had the 49ers beat a scatabolous Giants team. Jackson Dart played his heart out, which didn't matter because somehow Mac Jones and Christian McCaffrey, who had 106 yards, 2 touchdowns, but also 67 receiving yards and another touchdown. Jackson Dart had 2 touchdowns and rushed 1 in. So, I mean, he did all he could. But when the rest of the team is, goobers, not much you can do. And then we had Jaguars beating the Raiders in the team of the cripples. Beating the Raiders is like beating the Titans. It's kind of you're expected to.
Mm-hmm.
The Rams beat the Saints in a game of the same caliber. Bills snuck one over on the Chiefs. I feel like they should have beat them by more because that defense was whooping the Chiefs' offense's ass the whole game. I thought they should have won by like 20, but the Bills at the end of the day don't really have that strong of a wide receiver core, so I guess, you take what you can get. And the Seahawks beat a Commanders team that has imploded in on itself.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to that Commanders team because they have Jaden Daniels back, but I don't think they have Scary Terry. So I think he's just kind of throwing to, whoever, and hopefully they catch the ball, and they just don't.
Yeah, the Commanders team, that's one that I felt like they were just starting to kind of get a little bit back on track too, and then it's like this season starts up and it's like, oh, what the fuck are y'all doing? Like,
oh yeah,
what happened?
Yeah, I thought
man?
after last season, I was like, oh man, this team is going to be one to watch, and then this season happened. I was like, never mind.
Yeah, no, Commanders is still Commanders. Yep.
Yep.
Loud and clear.
And then tonight we have the Cardinals at the Cowboys, which could legitimately go. The Cowboys should win. I'll say that. Their team's not great this year, but they should win because the Cardinals' offense is like 2.5 people. So
yeah,
we'll see. But it is what it is for them.
isn't Kyler Murray still out too?
Yeah. And
so,
I don't know who the backup is. No idea.
Fuck if I know.
Yeah. And then in the world, I know we don't want to talk about it for you anyways, but then we go to the world of college.
Yeah.
It was an expected loss.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
Yep.
But Grunkenmeyer or whatever, Grunkemeyer is not the quarterback of the future so far.
No.
No.
A little bit more to be desired there for sure. I think.
Yeah. And
for everybody always said that the Ohio State problem was James Franklin, right? Because James Franklin could fucking never beat Ohio State, and this was the game without James Franklin, and this was the opportunity to be like, look, it's not a problem of our playbook. It's not a problem of our our one-on-ones or our man coverage or anything like that. It's the coach. The coach is making bad calls, and you go, yeah, okay. Franklin isn't making calls anymore, and there is still fucking one-on-one coverage with some of the best players in the country out there, and we got fucking freshmen trying to cover him, and it's confusing. It's extremely confusing because this shit was supposed to be a James Franklin problem, and now it's seemingly a fucking, what's it, Terry Smith? Is that his name? Like, fucking, what are we doing? I think want this coaching thing to be figured out. I want a head coach.
And I think the people that blame James Franklin also forget about the fact that Ohio State is still Ohio State at the end of the day.
Yeah.
They're going to beat the fuck out of pretty much whoever they want.
Yeah.
Not much you can do about that. That team, they scout well, they maintain high caliber talent always. If there's going to be one team, it's like Alabama was for years. Alabama was always that team where you're like, fuck, well, that's a loss. We're going up against Alabama. We lose that one. That's how Ohio State is and how they've been for the last few years. Luckily, every now and then they fuck up and somebody can sneak past them. But yeah, that team is terrifying.
Well, and so one of the things...
I don't know who's going to beat them this.
One of the things that I'm watching while we're talking about Ohio State is that apparently one of the big interests and somebody who, quote, nailed his interview with Penn State earlier this week, the offensive coordinator for Ohio State, Brian Hartline.
Oh.
He is right now the favorite for the head coaching position at Penn State.
Now, do you think they're just going, fuck, well, I don't care what he does the rest of the season. If he can just get us to beat Ohio State.
I mean, listen, you got it. Sometimes you got to think like the enemy, Who knows Ohio State's offensive playbook better than the offensive coordinator? Just saying.
Very true.
Just saying. No, I saw that name and then we got fucking whooped by Ohio and I was like, I wonder if that hurt his chances at all.
Right.
Or is that a resume builder? Is that like,
maybe
damn,
this
like, dude does know football.
Yeah, just beat your ass. See what I can do?
Because, I mean, if Penn State football starts looking a little bit like Ohio football, I'm not going to be, as long as we keep the stickers off the helmets and we keep everything blue, I'm okay.
There you go. And then more the world of college football, Michigan barely squeaked by Purdue, showcasing more that Michigan offense has a lot of fucking work to do, because all of our touchdowns were rushing touchdowns by the same dude who had 130 rushing yards. And Bryce Underwood, throwing to a variables nobody's on wide receiver, had a whopping 1 interception and no touchdowns.
Yeah, Underwood looks like a great quarterback, but unfortunately, it's the same problem that Penn State has as well. Of we have no fucking wide receivers. Michigan has no fucking wide receivers. You can throw a great fucking spiral, but it doesn't matter if no one's there to catch it.
Yeah. And then we had, of course, Indiana whooping Maryland's ass to stay at the number 2 spot. Georgia beat Florida. Surprisingly close game. I thought Florida was actually going to win for a while there. But Georgia beats them to stay just 1 loss. Ole Miss takes down South Carolina to the surprise of nobody. The upset of the day, I think, was probably NC State sneaking by Georgia Tech. And by sneaking by, I mean 48-36. So again, no defense being played there, and somehow Georgia Tech was just like, I don't know how to play football today. Oops. Vanderbilt went down to Texas. So, Jackal started talking shit about Arch Manning, and see what fucking happens. They decided to beat...
That was the upset of the weekend, okay? Was Arch Manning remembering, unlocking his Manning genes and remembering how to fucking play football and upsetting the powerhouse that is Vanderbilt.
I was so excited. We haven't heard Vanderbilt's name, I think, in the top 10
in forever.
I feel like since I've been alive. I don't know. But seeing that, they were like almost the Cinderella story where I was like, are we going to get Vandy in the playoffs? And now I'm like, no, we're not.
I
don't think we are. I think at this point, I think they're going to start going down from here.
I mean, they're still, they're what, 7-2? There's still a chance.
Yeah,
there's still a chance. Is if they can win every other game, there's still a chance.
The problem being their last 3 games are Auburn, Kentucky, and Tennessee.
That's 2 unranked teams. They're fine.
Yeah, that's 2 unranked teams, which aren't going to do a lot for them, and then Tennessee. So, meanwhile, Texas, their last 3 are Georgia, Arkansas, and Texas A&M. So, it all depends on who keeps winning and who doesn't.
Yeah.
Like Miami, who lost to SMU, that might also be the upset of the week, because Miami ranked number 10, lost to the 6-3 SMU.
6-3.
Yeah. Well, now they're 6-3. I think they were 5-3, but yeah, they lost to 20-26 in overtime.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. And Notre Dame beat Boston College to the surprise of probably nobody. Texas Tech put an ass whooping on Kansas State. Oklahoma beat Tennessee by 6 points. That game could have gone either way. I think you and I voted for the Sooners.
Yeah, Boomer Sooner, baby.
But for a while there, I was like, I have no clue who's going to come out on top on this one. Virginia beat California. Louisville beat Virginia Tech. Cincinnati got blown out by Utah, 45-14.
Oh my God!
Yeah, which now puts both teams at 7-2. And then West Virginia upset Houston, 45-35, and USC beat Nebraska, which rounds out our top 25s. And I think next week,
I feel like
Penn State has a hell of a game against Indiana. I don't know.
Listen. It's if we had beat Ohio State, I really would have been like, we need to fucking get this win. We need to. I would still love to see us be the ones to dethrone.
Yeah, if you upset Indiana, I think the whole country's going to pass out collectively.
Yeah, I would still love to see that. However, we still have the Ohio State problem. It kind of feels like that's how our program has normally worked, where it's generally a good football program, but you can't beat Ohio State. Historically, though, it's not just been a Ohio State problem. It's been a top 10 problem. So, number 2, we'll see what happens. I mean, maybe we can take the win. Maybe we make our head coaching decision by this game. Who knows? Who knows?
No, they'll have some other random person in there. And then there's a couple. One good game will probably be BYU versus Texas Tech. BYU is 8-1. Texas Tech, or I'm sorry, BYU is 8-0. Texas Tech is 8-1. So I think that game could go either way. Texas Tech probably has a bit more momentum after this week, but I think that could probably go either way. The other game that would be exciting, Texas A&M should win. They're number 3 taking on number 19 Missouri. Oregon faces a trap game against Iowa. I think that's one of those ones where if they're not paying attention, they could lose, but it's Oregon, so they'll probably win by 40.
Yeah.
Other than that, Notre Dame faces Navy. Navy's 7-1. Notre Dame's 6-2, but the Navy faces, teams like Bob's College of Clowns and stuff like that.
Yeah, Navy has a highlight reel when they pass the ball.
Yeah. So I think Notre Dame should be able to take that, but you never know. People have been upset by less. But yeah. Luckily we don't have to talk about the football teams that hurt our hearts. Instead, we can turn to wrestling. That sometimes does that instead.
Yeah, the wrestling.
Like this fuckery. Can we just agree they need to just get rid of...
Whoop. Oh, you cut in and out there. Say it again.
Oh, can we just agree that...
Nope. Hello, Mike. Oh, your mic's not... Oh.
Can you hear me now? There we go.
Yep. Yeah, there we go.
So what I've said the 3 times where I was transmitting from orbit. Can we agree that they just need to get rid of Saturday night's main event altogether?
Oh yeah. It was fun when they had when they had the body come back and they were bringing back all the old people to do the cameos and oh look, they're back to the old theme and they're back to the old presentation. Cool. And now it just kind of feels like a shameless kind of, I don't know. It feels like they've already kind of forgotten what they wanted main event to be, it feels like they're already trying to get away from all of the retro kind of stuff. And I mean, even bringing old people, there was basically nobody there last weekend. There was nothing. It was, I feel like just the whole production value for main event and just all of the time and effort and stuff that they put into it, they just don't care anymore. In the course of a year, it's just been such a downgrade.
For me, it was, I think they used this one as the big shock because before it was, okay, we're putting a championship match on here for no reason because we know the champion's going to win automatically. You're not losing it at Saturday night's main event when Triple H already said, I only want pay-per-views being, changing hands at big belts changing hands at big pay-per-views.
Yeah.
So, you automatically knew that, but with Seth Rollins being injured, we had to have a new champion. Unfortunately, we decided to waste that on fucking Saturday night's main event.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had, a squash match.
Yeah.
That also changed belts. And all of it felt super fucking underwhelming. Again, the only match that was good was a title defense. And that was 3 people, and that's because all 3 of those people are talented as fuck.
Yeah, the triple threat for the IC, that I really, really, really liked that bell ring spot when when Dominic rang the bell.
Full Eddie.
Oh, so good.
So good.
Doing the Eddie spot in the triple threat, and Rusev's just yeah, you want to give me a chair? I can hit you with this.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. I'm glad to see that. I'm glad to see that WWE will still just kind of put matches on a card that they know are going to be good. Because realistically, what was the story here, right? You have Dominic Mysterio, who's obviously the story for him is that he's defending his Intercontinental Championship.
Oh no, there's been a story. Yeah, there's been a story with these 3.
Well, there's been a story with Rusev trying to chase the belt, but Penta, has he been?
Oh, no, Penta too. So Penta's been feuding with both of them. He's been feuding a lot more with Rusev. Cost Rusev a match. They've been facing each other back and forth. Rusev said he wants to rip his mask off and, beat him to a pulp. And then they're both chasing after the U.S. title. So, I mean, there has been a story there, and it's been mildly interesting to watch. It's just that the belt is only those 3 really, which is kind of unfortunate. But
Yeah.
whatever, it's just like that was the only good fucking spot of this whole pay-per-view, because then we had a nothing burger championship match with two guys that are fucking amazing at what they do in Drew and Cody, and the match was just whatever. And I don't
Yeah.
know if they're gonna try and do like, oh, see this really, 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 really slow burn of turning Cody heel, because if that's it and our payoff is at like fucking Mania, oh boy, I won't give a shit by then.
Yeah, and
But
that's what I don't know with this whole, because like, I mean, we were even joking about it last week when we were making the picks that, like, of course Cody's going, like that's how that's gonna work. And it's
yeah,
I feel like I feel like Drew just at this point, what is he there to do, right? Is he, because if he's there to win championships, he's now at the back of the line. And as far as I'm concerned, he's gone after the World Heavyweight title. He lost that. He's gone after the WWE title. He lost that. What else is there for him to go after right now? Because if he goes to like some mid-card thing, then no one's going to give a shit about that. I don't want Drew going after the IC. I don't want Drew going after the United States. And a lot of people are saying that this pay-per-view was kind of probably too set up for Mania, because Mania is 6 months away. So, if you like, and like, we'll get into it. Like, a lot of people were saying that's probably why the squash match happened. But it's just one of those things where I feel like maybe they are setting up something Drew at WrestleMania. And if that's the case, I feel like if they're going to do something for Drew at WrestleMania, at least keep him away until the Rumble. Let him go away. Let him take some time. And when he comes back, then people will know that he's back for a title.
Yeah, I kind of want him away for even longer than that, because I don't want him. Because like we talked about it, and Jackal's already called it a million times that it'll probably end up being Sammy that wins the Rumble. It's if Drew's gonna go away and they're gonna kind of not use him for a bit, have Cody, and I mean this for real, have Cody just start running through the division and beating everybody. Not, okay, well, we'll have a title match here and there. Let him just start running through people on SmackDown. And once we get, towards the Mania build-up, Drew comes back, takes his fucking head off at a SmackDown or something, and says, I'm not fucking around anymore. I'm here for that belt. And if I don't win it, I don't deserve to be in this company. Something like that. So he's back and means fucking business. And he just headhunts Cody until Mania. I would like that.
No, I mean, I think the thing that they've done well with Cody versus Drew is that they haven't put any like crazy stipulations on it yet. You know what I mean? Like, yes, they've been involved in crazy spots, and they've, kicked each other head off, and they've done all of this stuff, and they've gone back and forth, but they haven't hit like a bull rope match. They haven't hit like an I Quit match. Like something like that like is something that could be like the gimmick at a WrestleMania. And I feel like you have that. So when Drew comes back, I mean, maybe Cody is obviously synonymous with the bull rope matches because he's a Rhodes. Maybe you have Drew take it from...
It's in Vegas, right? So it'd be like a Vegas Sin City street fight or something stupid like that.
And I think, is it Drew, like, doesn't he like live in Vegas? I don't know. It's something where regardless, I feel like that's, I feel like Drew versus Cody with some sort of gimmick for the title, that's going to be a WrestleMania match. Speaking of WrestleMania setups, I feel like we've had the pieces laid here, because in 5 minutes and 30 seconds, Jade Cargill defeated Tiffany Stratton with a clean pin in the center of the ring. There is absolutely no way that Tiffany recovers from that.
Tiffany had the belt for 300 days, and we're just gonna be like, yeah, fuck you, 5-minute squash match, bye, bitch.
Yeah. Huh? And now Jackal is not here. FGK is not here. But Mike, I know that you are at least the other person on the podcast that watched Jade Cargill in AEW. That kind of felt like AEW Jade Cargill.
Which I think is what they finally wanted to do with her. Be like, hey, look, we know what she's supposed to be, but I don't know. Just the fact that you spent all this time on Tiffany, had her beat Nia 487 times, had her be champion for this long to get squashed. Man, I'm happy to have Jade as champion, especially heel Jade. But to do it this way is wild.
Yeah, my thought here is that Jade is probably... I see Jade having a very similar run like she had with her kind of, undefeated run in AEW, where she's probably going to be defending this title often. If I were WWE, I would say, Jade, you're going to have open challenges every week, or you're going to be, like Jade should be out there kicking ass every single week and defending the title. I don't know how, I don't care how you want to set that up, but like she should be out there doing that. And then I think, if she's out there doing that every week, I mean, A, you're going to get more people watching SmackDown, and B, again, in 6 months, when it becomes time for WrestleMania, she's going to have how many defenses under her belt, literally, for, the past 6 months. And then if she loses it at WrestleMania, she's had a nice, strong, quick reign. So that way, when she gets it the second time, she can work the WWE style and hold it like Roman Reigns for fucking 1,000 days.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I hope they have a plan for it and they didn't just go, pivot, put it on Jade. And then they're just like, all right, now what?
Yeah, and I mean, it's... I'd like to think that, WWE has a plan. But at the end of the day, I mean, maybe it was ChatGPT telling them to, get rid of it. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's SmackDown's under new creative direction. So that's kind of what I was going with. Was like, I assume whoever's taking over at the helm there just said, hey, I want to do something different as my champion.
Right.
But I guess we'll see how that one works. It wasn't a title that I was... It wasn't a title that I was disappointed to see change hands. I was disappointed that it happened so quick, and it's like this match got done and I was like, man, if that had been like 10, 15 minutes, I would have been okay with Tiffany. She can lose clean as long as she looks strong, but she didn't really look too strong getting squashed by Jade Cargill. Now, I mean, if Jade Cargill goes and squashes everyone for the next 6 months until WrestleMania, maybe Tiffany doesn't look that weak. So exactly. I guess we'll see if we get a little AEW Jade, but that's kind of what it felt like when I was watching, and I was like, oh damn, this is just just replace that with the TBS championship. Like,
but hey, that wasn't the worst match of the night, because the worst match was the fucking main event.
Yeah, the worst match of the night was for the vacant World Heavyweight Championship, and quite frankly, maybe it should have stayed vacant.
Yeah.
Listen, credit where credit's due. CM Punk was not the bad one in that match.
No, I mean, CM Punk looked like old man CM Punk. He did exactly what you expect out of him.
Yeah, listen, he's going to that point, he's going to do exactly what you expect out of him. So how the fuck do you not know he's going to give you a neck breaker? It's CM Punk.
Yeah, I don't. Jay,
that's what he does.
That match, man, looked like I haven't been impressed by a Jay match yet.
No,
and he somehow underperformed even more. I don't like. He was gassed. He was not hitting stuff the right way. His stuff just looked sloppy. Maybe it's because CM Punk is old, so he was trying to be careful. I don't know. He's like, I don't want to hurt the old man.
And did you see?
I don't know what it was.
Well, did you see like the rumors online that like Jey Uso was like drunk or something? And I mean, I don't want to spread rumors, but like that, I mean,
no, like I said, there was exactly one random bitch online that said that, and I think that was just a person being an asshole. I think he just fucking underperformed, and I think this is just one of those things where it's like, hey, this little project they were trying to, figure out is over. He's not main event Jey Uso, unfortunately. He's a part of a tag team.
Yeah.
And that's it.
He's a part of a tag team, and unfortunately, his tag team partner is about to not be around for a little bit. Yeah, Jey Uso, it's just a lot of weird things with Jey Uso in honestly throughout the whole night. one of the first things that I saw people pointing out was that in a backstage segment, Jey Uso was wearing completely different clothes, but it was live. It was a live backstage segment, like before, like in the beginning of the night. It was when Jimmy was talking to him in the locker room. Jay is wearing completely different ring gear, and then he gets to the ring and he's wearing his fucking his fucking shorts like he's been wearing a little bit. Part of me wonders, man, if Jey Uso's drunk, is he just going, man, I want to be comfy when I'm out there, puts on his little fucking sweat shorts, goes out there and has a shitty match. And also, CM Punk, Mr. fucking straight edge savior, didn't look real too happy. So if Jey Uso was under the influence of something, I mean, maybe. I saw a clip of CM Punk like throwing water at Jey Uso's face.
Yeah, he literally took a water bottle, opened it, and poured the whole thing on Jay.
Yeah. No, so I think something was definitely
something happened.
Up. Yeah.
Yeah, something happened. I don't know what, and I don't want to be like, I don't want to be the guy to be like, oh yeah, no, he was drunk, he was fucked up. Maybe he just had a really shitty night. Maybe he was hungover from the night before. I don't know. Regardless, he looked bad. And even if we take this away, I'm sorry. The people that always talk shit about John Cena not being able to wrestle, Jey Uso in a tag team was always more electric because you had tag team moves in there. But his moveset is The Rock's punches, Umaga's hip thrust, a super kick,
another
a Samoan drop, and frog splash, and now a rear naked choke. So that's 6 moves.
Yeah, the rear naked choke
kick when somebody holds his foot and he reverses it. So 7.
Yeah, the rear naked choke makes sense when a dude like Samoa Joe puts it on you, not Jey Uso. I don't buy that one.
So I mean, his matches are all the same, and he has his dive outside the ring, so that he does do that. So that's like 8 things he can do in a match, but there's nothing else off the top rope. There's no innovative moves he does. Like, you can't have that as your champion. Like, shit, even Batista had a belly to belly he would throw out there or something like that. John Cena was doing drop kicks, trying to do Hurricane Ranas, did the springboard stunner, a bunch of random shit to try and at least keep people entertained. Jay has a very linear moveset that he had to take from other people because he didn't have anything on his own, right?
Yeah, and I think I saw somebody online say that they're a fan of the Usos, but they're not a fan of Jey Uso or. And
Perfect.
It's like, yeah,
Makes
that's
sense.
I think that's their strength as a tag team, is that they are a tag team. I don't want to see Bubba Ray Dudley and Devon Dudley. I want to see the Dudley Boys. I think good tag team can be a tag team and still hold the same main event caliber as they want main event Jey Uso to have. But if that's what your main event is going to be, if it's going to be Jey Uso over rotating into a neck breaker and then getting kicked in the head by CM Punk, no dog, I am good. If I wanted to watch CM Punk beat people up for real, I would just go and watch the AEW tape.
Yep, because you can't see his UFC debut because he was garbage in that.
Well, womp. If I wanted to see somebody beat CM Punk up for real, then I would watch his UFC debut.
Yep, there you go. But yeah, Saturday night's main event was besides for the triple threat match, just a wet fart all around. It was another miss by WWE.
Yeah, and I think obviously the last Saturday night's main event on Peacock is the final match of John Cena.
Real quick on that, fuck you WWE for making his final match be on a hand job like Saturday night's main event. If you're gonna ever do a pay-per-view, how about John Cena's final fucking match? Have the whole thing. I was gonna save this, but we'll just do it now. Have the whole thing be a pay-per-view he fucking picks. Matches he wants to watch, matches people he wants to see. Everything should be set up for his final. Make it a pay-per-view. People would buy that one. John Cena's final pay-per-view, John Cena's final match, and a card picked by John Cena.
I mean,
that's what they should be fucking doing. Not here's Saturday night main event that's going to be fucking terrible. Besides for this one match, unless it's Jey Uso, and then I'll kill myself.
I still think that John Cena's final match, which it's not going to be this, but I think John Cena's final match should have been a gauntlet match for his championship. And it should have been, come fucking take this off me. Please, this is literally the last time I'm going to be in a WWE ring. And it's John Cena's out there every single night, and you get to hit all the fucking names that people wanted, but they didn't get, right? Everybody goes out and gets their spot. A couple minutes. It doesn't have to be long. Send a bunch of people out there. John only has to go out and hit the 5 moves of doom on each person. That's all we fucking want, right? You just want to see the fucking sidewalk slam, 5-knuckle shuffle, go hit that's all you need. And it's like we get obviously this singles match for I guess whatever is going to happen. I guess just to say that you've retired John Cena. I don't know. But they're gonna be doing a tournament. The John Cena's final match tournament. My problem with this is that we're gonna be getting a lot of could-haves. You know what I mean? We're gonna be getting a lot of ooh, that I wish that person would have. It's gonna be only one person comes out of the tournament a winner and moves on to face John Cena. And from the sounds of it, literally anybody could be involved, because John Cena himself said that it is going to be people from Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and other companies.
Yeah, which we were sending gifts back and forth. If mine's right, I am going to be so incredibly upset. Because like I said, I don't think, besides for a couple matches, they ever feuded. They ever really talked to each other.
Do you want to put that name out into the aether, or do you want to, if you don't want to speak it into existence? Yeah. And
I'm hoping they do just bring him back around.
Bring him back around the Rumble.
Yeah.
It'd be great. Let's do another fucking Y2J return. Let's do the fucking Man of the Millennium bullshit again. I know it's not the Millennium or whatever. He could say it's the new Millennium of WWE or whatever fucking gimmick he wants to have.
The Millennium of Jericho.
But could you imagine if we get into December and we start seeing the fucking countdown again, and it's like, oh man, Jericho's coming back, and he's coming back with the old gimmick? I'd be excited about that. I'd be
okay with it.
Yeah, it's and you at least get you know what you're getting out of it. Everybody knows that Jericho is on his way back. Did you see he posted a picture with him and Kevin Owens at a fucking hockey game?
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I hope that when they get back, I hope that I hope that we get a Chris Jericho Kevin Owens Festival of Friendship again. I know that last time the reason why that kind of got stopped was because of Vince McMahon problems. So I hope they let them do that and let them do it in full, because that would be very, very fun. But going back to John Cena's final match tournament, they haven't announced names yet, or at least haven't announced names at the time that we are recording this. It is currently 2 minutes before Monday Night Raw, so it could be announced this week. Who knows? But I don't want to talk about specific tournament matchups or anything like that. I just want to throw a couple names out there, just kind of speculate. I mean, obviously we got names like Dominic Mysterio that are being thrown out right now. There's kind of the thought of maybe Cena gets an Intercontinental Championship on his way out or something, which I wouldn't want him to get it on his way out. I would want him to lose. If he's going to lose it on his way out, then he should win it now. So maybe you lost the ball on that one a little bit. I mean, obviously we got Cena, AJ Styles. So I think maybe we put AJ Styles in the tournament to fill a spot, but I don't know. I think
that's why they gave him the tag belts, so he won't even be in there.
Maybe. I know, speaking of people from other companies, I know Joe Hendry has thrown around John Cena's name. I would
I think he'll be in there.
Love to see that. I don't think Joe Hendry would win the tournament. I don't think they would ever in a billion years have John Cena put over Joe Hendry. WWE would never let that happen. But if they did, that would be fucking awesome, right? That would be dope as shit. And then of course, a name that I have on my kind of top here. This is my long shot. Okay, this is not going to happen. But people from other companies. Would you imagine if we
Tetsuya
get
Naito, you're right.
Edge? Dude, if we get Edge, that'd be crazy. And then we've almost had AEW stars on WWE TV. Because remember when they did the Raw 30th thing in Philly? I went to that one. We had a DX reunion, and we almost had Billy Gunn at the height of his time with the Acclaimed. He almost went on to WWE TV for the DX reunion. The only caveat that Tony Khan had was that he had to be called AEW's Billy Gunn. That was it, is that they just wanted to have like an AEW t-shirt on him, and otherwise they were cool with it. If you put an AEW t-shirt on Edge and you call him Adam Edge Copeland, can we get Edge versus Cena? Please. Can we please just give us what we want?
No, that'd be too easy.
Give me what we want. Give me what I want. Give me what I want.
No, I think they're gonna be real boring with most of the people in this. I think we're gonna get Dom, Rusev, Penta, probably Rey Fenix, maybe Gunther, probably Braun, maybe Bronson. If they're stupid, Drew McIntyre is going to be in there. Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso probably. That's 10. Bailey, because she wants to be in there. Nia Jax. Joe
Nia
Hendry.
Jax.
Yeah, because she's big, so they'll be like, oh, she can face a man, see? R-Truth.
R-Truth and Ron Killings.
Yeah, R-Truth and Ron Killings and Ron Cena. The many faces of R-Truth.
I hope that they don't blow this opportunity, because again, we're going to be coming out of this tournaments with a lot of like, man, I wish R-Truth would have gotten past, round one, like
I don't.
well, but no, like, there's going to be a lot of like, there's going to be a lot of people where it's like, oh, we could have gotten this, we could have gotten that.
And
at the end of the day,
what really
WWE,
worries me is that they're going to do this whole thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say this, it's just, let's say they have Joe Hendry win the whole fucking thing. And we are, for the first time and only time, going to see Joe Hendry versus John Cena. It's booked. And then at Saturday Night Main Event, Joe Hendry's coming out. He's fucking pumped. He's doing his Joe Hendry stuff. And because WWE's WWE, you know who comes to take him out? Brock Lesnar. That's the type of shit I see WWE doing.
I hope not. I really, really, really hope not. If that were the case, then again, WWE has blown it. Because you're gonna come out of this with a lot of people of like, man, I really would have liked to see this person, and I really would like to see that person versus Cena. And at the end of the day, WWE is not going to put anybody in this tournament that they know you wouldn't want to see against John Cena. Like they're not looking for fucking jobbers to fill out this tournament. You know what I mean? Like they're not
with Logan Paul.
Well, you say that, but I think WWE thought that we wanted to see John Cena versus Logan Paul.
I don't think WWE knows what we want.
I think their fucking chat GPT told them that's what we wanted to see, and they went, that's a great idea. That sounds like fucking money. That's great. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's just like, if you don't nail this, you fucked it. Like because the flip side of this, the 180 is, instead of doing the John Cena tournament, it's the John Cena gauntlet. And that sounds a little bit more interesting, especially when we're talking about, John Cena having his final match ever. Like this, I believe John Cena when he says that this is his last match.
Well, he's like,
believe him.
He's like, if I'm on TV after this, it will not be in a physical capacity ever again. So he's saying you might see him again, but he's not going to be in a ring anymore. And I get it. Respect, man. He walks weird already. I get it.
And he's making tons of money off of Hollywood shit. So there is no reason to beat himself up any more than he has to. and he's in the WWE, so he doesn't have to do crazy shit. And I not that John Cena would ever go over to a company like AEW, but I feel like even if he were to go over there, then still after this final match, we would not get him coming back. Right? He would still stay in that managerial role. But there is some crazy shit that's going to be going down soon in AEW, and I just want to bring it up a little bit here and just kind of we can talk about it a little bit this week. I feel like it's going to develop more. Yeah, I feel like it's going to develop more this time next week. But
they really have the 2 matches already set up, so I think that's
yeah, because we have on the 12th, next Wednesday, we have AEW Blood and Guts, the men's and women's Blood and Guts. The men's Blood and Guts is going to be crazy.
The fact that they decided to just do this on a random fucking Wednesday, I love it.
On free TV. Free TV. You ready for this one, Mike? Free TV. Men's Blood and Guts match. You're going to get to watch this on free TV. Darby Allin, Roderick Strong, and the conglomeration, which is Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, and Kyle O'Reilly. I don't know why I thought Roderick Strong was in the conglomeration. Why do they advertise him separately?
I don't know. I'm looking directly at the picture, and it doesn't even say the conglomeration.
Regardless. So, Darby Allin and the conglomeration versus the Death Riders. Jon Moxley, Claudio Wheeler, Daniel Garcia, and Pac. This is going to be dangerous. I mean, somebody is going to die. I mean, literally, they almost killed each other during their last match, Darby and Pac. And this is called Blood and Guts. How do you get more violent than trying to light people on fire and trying to drown them?
I think six people bleed in this match.
I think everybody bleeds in this match, Mike. It's called Blood and Guts.
But I think it's going to be, for sure, obviously, the top 3 guaranteed. Mox, Darby, and Mark Briscoe.
Mox bleeds first.
Right. Orange Cassidy shows he's not afraid to bleed. So that rounds out the conglomeration side, because I don't think Roderick or Kyle O'Reilly get busted open this match.
I think if Roderick gets busted open, it's by accident. If Kyle O'Reilly gets busted open, he's telling somebody to punch him in the face.
Yeah. But on the Death Rider side, it's Mox, Wheeler Yuta, and Daniel Garcia.
It's Mox, Claudio, Wheeler, Daniel Garcia, and Pac.
No, I'm saying the people that are going to bleed.
Oh, okay. I was like, you're missing a couple there.
I don't think Pac bleeds. I don't think Pac bleeds, and I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen Claudio really bleed.
I haven't seen Pac bleed. I've seen Claudio bleed, but it was on the Indies. It was in Chikara.
That's what I mean. That's why I don't think. I think he's in his Statham era. I don't think he really has to bleed.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like I feel like Claudio's thing right now is that he's not really like wrestling matches. He's just kind of punching people in the face, which fair game,
Yeah, I get it.
He's punching people and like trying to murder Darby Allin by like throwing. I don't think Claudio's really gonna get in a spot where he would be bleeding. I think if Claudio's covered in blood, it's somebody else's blood.
That's why I said I think 6 people are gonna bleed in that match.
Yeah, it's
and that might even be an over. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, with unfortunately, when you have Darby Allin in a Blood and Guts match, the question with him is not if he's going to bleed. The question is how much he's going to bleed.
Yeah.
I assume Darby jumps off the cage, right? Coffin drop off the cage. Sure.
Yeah. Yep. Onto somebody through a table.
What happens if you escape the cage in a Blood and Guts match?
I think people just beat each other up outside of the cage as well. I'm not sure.
Okay. Because like I could see like if there's a tall balcony, and it's like AEW has been getting away with like doing these fucking warehouse ones where they can just like find a perch. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
So, and with Darby Allin, all he's going to do, I mean, I hate to say it, it's kind of like when we're talking about like a women's War Games match. If Io Sky is in it, she's going to put the fucking trash can and jump off the top. It's like, Darby Allin, he's going to find the fucking tallest thing he can and jump off of it. Honestly,
You
I
ain't
wouldn't even
wrong.
be surprised if he fucking repels into the goddamn ring now. Like it's gonna be scary. And again, these Darby and Mox have had fucking Molotov cocktails in each other's hands, literally. And it's like, remember a couple weeks ago when fucking Darby Allin got tackled by security because he was trying to light Moxley on fire? We didn't get anybody lit on fire during the I Quit match. Is this gonna be when somebody gets lit on fire? Like, because
You never know.
yeah, I mean, it's going to be a bloody blood and guts match, and then we also have a women's blood and guts match. We have Jamie Hayter, Queen Aminata, Willow Nightingale, Harley Cameron, Timeless Tony Storm, and your AEW Women's World Champion Chris Statlander versus the Triangle of Madness, Julia Hart, Sky Blue, and Tekla, with Megan Bayne, Marina Shafir, so a little bit of women's Death Riders action, and the greatest to ever do it, Ultimo Monet.
Yeah, this is going to be another one of those matches. I think Willow, Tony Storm, maybe Chris Statlander, and maybe Harley bleed, and then Marina, Julia Hart, Sky Blue bleed on the other side. Because Marina's shown she's not afraid to bleed. She did foot in the tack in the foot spot. So I think this one will be the surprise of the night, because I think people don't understand how physical these women are and how physical it's really going to get. This will be the one that I think for people that do dislike Mercedes, this will be the make or break, because if she just goes out there and is physical as fuck like the rest of them, I think she's going to get so many fans so quickly.
Yeah, and I think that's been the problem with Mercedes in AEW, is that we haven't seen her in a situation where she's been uncomfortable. You know, like
No.
we've seen her have the titles on the line and in all sorts of stipulations and stuff like that, but Mercedes Moné has been wrestling Mercedes Moné matches. There's not really, they're good matches when, they're all right, but they're not anything to really write home about. There's not really a lot of struggle, and I feel like one of the nice things about, a blood and guts match, if the name alone did not imply how much of a physical match that was going to be for people alone, there's nothing on the line here. I think Mercedes Moné needs to get pinned. I think that's how this one works. The end of the blood and guts match, beat the shit out of each other. Mercedes Moné is dead in the middle of the ring. Chris Statlander crawls, like, on her hands and knees, fingertips, gets just a hand over Mercedes Moné, right? Like, Mercedes dead in the middle of the ring. I mean, it's going to be one of the only times where she can take a pin, and at the same time, it's going to set some stuff up.
Catastrophic.
Yeah, and I mean, she's not allowed to lose indie bookings, so she's not going to have a loss anytime soon until she loses on AEW. And
very true.
She's been getting a lot of shit for the Ultimo Moné stuff. She's been getting a lot of hate, and I think if AEW is smart and they want to save the little bit of the little bit of respect that people have for Mercedes Moné's name, maybe you need to pivot here, because this is somebody that's going on. I mean, she's one of the 4 horsewomen, right? Like, she's one of the most legendary women's wrestlers of our generation, and it kind of doesn't,
good way to put it,
feel like it. It feels like she's just, being shoved down your throat. Feels a little Mercedes Hogan-ish, and you're like, okay. And to be fair, a lot of people kind of had the same feelings with Kenny Omega when he was the fucking belt collector, and people were like, damn, bro, that's fucking props at that point. You can't defend all those. So
yeah,
I think
that's the thing too. I can say this now, looking back at it, because you're watching it in real time and you're like, fuck, does she need all those goddamn belts? But there's always been a belt collector. It's her. Before that, it was Kenny. Before him, it was Austin Aries. So there's always one. There's always one around somewhere. There's always a belt collector. There's always that person on the indies that wins a bunch of belts, and they kind of use that person to boost random companies. And right now it's her. And if it works,
Yeah.
fucking
Listen,
great.
I have no doubt that fucking WCPW never had more YouTube viewers than when Mercedes Moné won their fucking championship. I'm 1,000% sure that her name is drawing to these random fucking veteran hall indies. It's just one of those things where it's like, what is AEW actually getting out of this? You're just having your fucking you're just having a fucking like a black hole in your division that like anything that goes by Mercedes Moné, she's going to take. And now maybe even going after a women's tag team championships. And I don't listen, Mercedes Moné and Athena, that's a pretty solid fucking women's tag team. If you want to have your inaugural women's tag champs, that's a great one. That's a great pair to do it with. So I mean, it's one of those things where I think you can have Mercedes start to lose and show some cracks in the armor, but at the same time, if she loses in a blood and guts match, she's not going to come out of it looking weak, right? Like she's not, unless this match fucking sucks. That's the only exception. Is if this women's war games, if this women's blood and guts match fucking sucks, then she comes out of it looking weak. But otherwise, I really don't think that there is a better candidate in the women's match, at least for taking the pin. I feel like in the men's match, you kind of have to have the Death Riders maybe take a pin here. Maybe somebody like a Wheeler Yuta. But the men's match is a little bit more open-ended, I think, than the women's.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people that could take the pin and it wouldn't really affect them. But yeah, I think both these matches are going to be just so fucking good. They're going to be so fun to watch.
Oh yeah, Blood and Guts never disappoints. And AEW putting it on free TV. Tony Khan, you're a fucking madman, and I love you. I want whatever fucking cocaine Tony Khan is doing, because goddamn, it seems to be working for him.
Hell yeah. Fuck, I'll take it,
Oh, yeah.
If he's gonna keep on just doing shit like this, I am okay with it.
And you know what? It's refreshing when the alternative is TKO WWE. So, listen, I'm excited for these war games. I keep calling them war games matches. I'm excited for these blood and guts matches. And it's, it's what AEW does best when they decide to just say, fuck it, let's do some dangerous shit. And it's going to be entertaining, and I'm going to watch it, and I'm going to enjoy it.
Yes, sir. But now, I believe it's officially on now. TKO's Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, I don't have it pulled up. I've been Raw free for I feel a lot happier.
I've been having it on in the background at least, and we haven't missed anything because it's just Paul Heyman talking with the Braun Brawns. Somebody's in the ring. I can't see who. Oh no. Well, that made me sad. All right, Logan Paul's back.
Oh well.
Wish I wouldn't have opened that up.
yeah. Like I said, I've been Raw free for like a month, and I'm feeling great. I still watch SmackDown, and I still watch like the clips and stuff for Raw, but it's just not watching it live anymore. I'm okay.
No, sometimes you just have to step away for your own mental health.
Yeah, nice little detox. It's been nice. You got anything else you want to go over, Mike? You good? I think we covered everything. There's not a lot to cover, but we did do it. We got there.
Yeah, no, just put myself into a bout of depression watching Logan Paul back on my fucking TV. So
yeah,
I'm good.
Yeah, no, I mean I'm not too happy about Logan Paul being back either. But you know what I am happy about? I'm happy about the approaching episode 100. So if you want to be around for that, make sure that you follow, subscribe, hit all the buttons, do all the things, leave 5-star comments, 5-star ratings and comments. I combined them together. Just hit all the buttons. Everything helps. They know when you interact with us. If you want to find more of me, you can find me over at twitch.tv/EraV1 or youtube.com/EraV1Music. New video going out this week. Out now, actually, by the time of this episode.
Right now. Oh, man, I got to be ready. If you want more of me, too bad. Just keep on listening to this over and over again. and get so used to my voice that you hear me in your thoughts during your workday. I want to be your intrusive thoughts from here on out. If you don't like me, that's okay. I'm going to go into a depression spiral watching Braun Breaker yell at Logan Paul.
Braun Breaker versus Logan Paul.
I would take that
they're-
in a heartbeat. I would.
That's
I don't know if that's where they're going, and I also don't know if they're trying to make Logan Paul a good guy. It's not going to work.
the only way I'm okay with that is if it's a 5-minute and 30-second squash match.
Right?
Jackal's not here. I feel like when Jackal's not here, we don't really know who to beat up because it just doesn't feel right punching you. It just doesn't feel right. Your face isn't as punchable as Jackal's.
You know what's funny about that?
Huh?
I was watching a clip. And it was of DX, right?
Uh-huh.
Before, like in the 90s, and
That's before I was born.
I believe it was Shawn Michaels. I think he was the one that had both titles. Might have been Triple H. I can't remember. But they had a moment where they had to face each other for a belt.
Uh-huh.
And let me tell you, the finger poke of doom is real. So I don't want you to poke me in the chest or anything. I might fall down. You might be able to get the 3 count.
Well, let me tell you, brother. Oh no, he fell on the ground.
Oh, jeez. Oh, no.
Oh, do I cover and count? I guess I'll do both. I'm double duty. Double duty.
There's so much pain.
Here, I'll even I'll pin the leg for you, make it a nice good pin. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Ring the bell. Are you okay, Mike? I'm sorry. Are you okay?
That was tough. That hurt. That hurt a lot. But I think I'll live. I think I'll be okay. But I don't know how I'm gonna get over that. That was ruthless.
I'm sorry. I'm very skilled with my fingers.
Oh my.